Hey there, CIS102. Welcome to session 5. If you can believe it, we've already made it 1/3 of the way through this course, which I think is pretty remarkable. So time's fun when you're having flies, and we are moving right along. So for this session, you'll notice that you have the material in my IT lab for chapter 3. Chapter 3 has I think a lot of resonance right now, especially because it has to do with the internet. It has to do with keeping yourself safe. It has to do with things like good passwords. It has to do with things, all things really online. And now that we're all at home more, using this as our portal to commerce and the rest of the world, is probably a good idea to be as prepared and as safe as possible. So you will also notice that with chapter 3 materials, there's not a ton of work here in my IT lab as far as deliverables go. This is on purpose. I want to make sure that if any of you have started falling behind, that you can get back on track for things. So that means if you have things like the Grader project for chapter 1 of Word outstanding, that'll give you an opportunity to catch up there. There are several of you who still do not have the it's called the CIS102 survey. That is back in Eagle. That was all the way from session 1. I would very much like for you, if you have not already completed that, to go back through the session 1 materials, to locate the CIS102 survey and to take that. It's one of the things that we use as a department, and it's one of the things that Rock Valley uses to just as a measuring stick for where people's skill sets are coming in and where they are going out. So it's not really about testing what you know so we can hold it against you. It's really more about seeing what you know, so that we can gauge as a school what is going to be the most impactful for everybody moving forward. So if you haven't already done that, go back to the session 1 material and do that. If you haven't completed your My IT Lab stuff, go back and do that. If for whatever reason you notice that you cannot make a secondary submission on your Grader project, for instance, is the big culprit here that I'm expecting, that's because my IT lab is going to wait for me to accept your previous submission before you can make another one. So for those of you who are going to complete the chapter 1 Grader project for Word over the course of this week, session 5, please just make sure to go ahead and send me a text message. It's going to be the fastest way to get a hold of me. And as soon as I am able, I will sign in, release that assignment for another attempt so that you have that to work with. Also here for this week, you'll notice the session 5 material is immediately below this, and that is any other things that I have here as a supplement for you, in addition to what you'll see here in my IT lab for the week. So the good news is the weather looks to be fine for the first time in all of September. So we are no longer going to be transported into November for really crappy weather. We'll have ordinarily crappy weather here. So at the very least, grab your laptop, head outside, suck it up while you can, and we'll see you again next week for the top of session 6. So have at it, everybody.